I'm here with Geoff Peters. Geoff is a good friend and one of the members of the original 40 world record game back in 2017. Welcome, Geoff.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
So let's, before we get into the 11 day and all that, talk a little bit about your hockey career, because you ended up playing some professional hockey. Where'd you start? Where'd you get to? Where are you from?
Well, I'm from St. Catharines, Ontario. I started my minor hockey in St. Catharines, Ontario, and I ended up playing, in Southern Ontario for the majority of my early teens, and then I moved to Toronto when I was in grade 9. And
Is that for juniors?
No, it wasn't. It was just to go to, I moved into the MTHL, which I guess was a higher, more competitive league, and then I just, I was drafted into the OHL, and a couple years after being in Toronto, and then I spent 4 years in the OHL, and then at 20 I was drafted by the Blackhawks, and spent 10 years in the minors, riding a lot of buses, and eating a lot of cold pasta. So it was, it was a good time. And
anything? I mean, obviously, anything related to hockey, you always come back to camaraderie. But anything in your professional career that sticks out as a lasting memory in particular?
Yeah. So I've mentioned this, before, and I know obviously my brother, being Andrew, we got a chance to play together in Rochester for. I was only there for 10 games, but we ended up being line mates, and I just remember the first game we played together. I ended up playing on his line. It was the fourth line, but it was a line, and there were 3 of us. And I ended up scoring. Like Andrew got the puck, and he comes over the blue line. He shoots it. Like I'm yelling shoot because I knew he couldn't lay it on my tape. That's not true at all, by the way. I'm mocking him, and he's not even here to listen. No, but he shot it on net. I banged it in. Long story short, Andrew scored in the game. Andrew had an assist. Andrew had a fight. We both basically we equaled our max amount of points for the season in the one shift. And,
all you have to do is stay together longer.
I know. That was nobody wanted. That's I don't know if any GM would want that.
Well, me knowing and having both of you as friends, I can appreciate that sentiment.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
So fast forward to later in life, you myself, and you and Andrew got to coach, our buddy Jeff Weber. We got to coach together for a year. That was a ton of fun. We had a really talented group of 15-year-olds.
We did. I mean, we went to nationals, right? We had, we traveled out to nationals with our wives. And that was a pretty...
Out to nationals, but where was it?
It was in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix in March. It goes. We go way back. I mean, from when I first started playing men's league hockey to having my first beer in a dressing room post career. But
I remember we had a rule that if you hit the post, you had to bring a 12-pack. So we play one game, and then you basically stocked up for the season. The next day you came with 3 cases of Labette 50.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And a dolly.
Yeah, I do.
I'm covered for the season.
Yeah, I wanted it to be memorable. So I'm glad we can look back on that. A lot of good times there. But I just talking about the 11 day and how much of a great job you've done with Amy and keeping it going and keeping the spirit alive. And
we went out for dinner. You remember the story? We were at.
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember where?
Yeah, it was at Remington.
It was at Remington, exactly.
Yeah, and I remember you said you're putting this all together. You did say I wasn't the first one you told, so I didn't feel that special. But no, I remember the conversation. Like it was, just.
I was very smart. I asked you in front of your wife.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I mean it was. Yeah, that's right. It still took some bribing, but no, I mean it was. I remember exactly when you were kind of going through it in your mind. Yeah.
Yep. So then we ended up doing it, obviously, and it was something. It was definitely something I'll never forget. I'm sure you've got couple stories you could share.
It was amazing. You know, it was amazing to be the original group. Was as you know, you obviously were there. It was getting through the first few days, the lead up. I didn't realize how many shifts we had as a group until the night before I was out for dinner, and I'm like, I got 80-something hours, like I think it was almost close to 90 hours of hockey in 11 days, or right? It was like, what the, I remember we all had done the skating,
right?
And I couldn't even get through a 4-hour shift at like 1 in the morning. I'm like, how are we going to be able to do this? And what people, it was not easy. And we talked about my hockey career. It wasn't easy for a guy that played hockey, but it was for the guys, like, we're all just a bunch of normal Joes, right? And for these guys to come together as a group of 40 from all their different jobs and responsibilities, and do it for one cancer, two, the love of the game. Lasting memories for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy to say I was a part of it. There's some great people involved.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that volunteered their time, as they still do.
Yep. And it comes back to that camaraderie thing, right? Nobody wanted to let each other down. That's kind of like how hockey players are, right? You get a team. We're playing each other, but at the end of the day, we were kind of one team out there. So
and we had a couple of we had a fight over some bed sheets early, and that got ironed out.
Jixter's going to be here tonight, so we're going to ask him about that as well.
I'm sure he's got a couple of good stories he can tell.
Yeah.
Was it $50 a goal?
Yeah, it was
$100 a goal.
Yep.
Yeah, he was actually surprisingly offensive.
Scored 99 of them.
Yeah, right. I mean,
I don't know if you hold a grudge, but do you know who's the leading scorer?
I don't know.
It was Corpy.
Oh, Corpy was, of course. Yeah, Corpy's a little water bug, man. I mean,
Even you came in second.
Yeah, whatever, man. It doesn't. Yeah, second's great. I'll take second any day of the week. I mean, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, I think the goalie experience was something I'll never forget because it was grueling.
Yeah.
It was painful, and it really sucked.
I haven't griped about a goalie ever since.
Yeah, I know. Like, hey, you got to be better side to side. It's like I couldn't even dig my skate into the ice. I was falling backwards in net just standing there. Definitely that sticks out as one of the great moments. Getting scored on from center over and over and over again through the legs.
I had a rule: no dekes,
it's embarrassing.
No slap shots, and no shots on the ice. Everything has to be right here.
Yeah, no, it didn't matter. I mean, you get 12 backhanders that go in, on the ice. It's like this. All right, uncle. But no, it was great. The food was amazing. The pizza, I felt like Pizza the Hut.
We call it the 11-pound power play.
That's right. Yeah, we had more than enough food to go around, and that was great. It's awesome.
Fast forward to now, we have the community shift going on. This is our third community shift. COVID changed our plans, but you're part of our team. We're a resilient bunch. We could have easily thrown in the towel. We didn't. We had two really successful community shifts last year and the year before. We raised $3 million in those 2 years.
Yeah.
This year we were probably on pace to raise $2 million. We got sidetracked. We're over $1 million now. But more importantly, we're here.
Yeah.
There's a team warming up. They're about to play. Most places around town have canceled events.
Yeah.
And we found a way. So you and the rest of the guys have stuck with us the whole time, and that means the world.
Well, I think it comes down to the fact that it's well run, and you guys do a hell of a job, and you keep the word out there, and you're raising awareness, and you're raising research dollars, and I think that's why we're still doing this now.
What if we do the world's longest ball hockey game? You're in for that. You're Canadian. Canadians love ball hockey.
Yeah, I could play ball hockey till I was blue in the face. Yeah. I mean, I think either way, you're going to be successful at it. So.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Always a pleasure.